listening to the Agent Survival Guide podcast, a podcast for today's insurance agents. Informing, educating, empowering, improving the way you do business in an industry that's anything but static.
In today's episode, we're focusing more on inspiring new ideas and creating an environment for innovation. How slowing down can speed up innovation. Written by Tina Lamoureux. Now, my approach to innovation might seem backwards, but hear me out. Slow down to let innovation in. You might be asking how slowing down can help me be more innovative. We're in a time where we are constantly consuming information on social media, the news, constantly busy with meetings, paperwork, and helping clients, making time for your friends and family. Sometimes it feels like your attention is being pulled everywhere all at once. Psychology Today describes burnout as, quote, a state of emotional, mental, and often physical exhaustion brought on by prolonged or repeated stress, end quote. How can you create and develop new ideas if you've reached your mental limit? When we think of the word innovation, we think of fast-paced, new world-changing ideas. That is part of it. Innovation is also creativity, and you cannot have one without the other. Creativity comes from inspiration and needs space to grow. Now, you might be on the verge of burnout, but slowing down can help prevent it from happening. I hate to admit it, but multitasking is a myth. When we multitask, we are actually task switching, and that can lead to less productivity. A few months ago, when I worked on personal projects at home in the evening, I had a TV show in the background, Google search tabs open, my main project open, and was on social media on my phone. I thought by doing all of this at once, it saved me time and energy. It did not. With my attention drawn to so many different places, it drained my mental and physical energy even faster, and my quality of work was low. I want to share some methods that can help you slow down and refocus in order to speed up the innovation process. Let's start with brainstorming. There are many ways to do this. Some may work better for you than others. The important thing is to be sure your brainstorming technique or activity is stimulating. It's proven that stimulation helps your brain generate ideas. It's tempting to sit at your desk while staring at the wall or your phone and label it as brainstorming time. This method is not likely to get a lot of results and can lead to feeling frustrated. Whether you're solo or with a team, try taking your brainstorming session outside, preferably somewhere green. In a study published in 2022, experts found that spending time in nature improves memory, relieves stress, and restores attention. If you don't have a green space that's easily accessible from your home or office, make time in your schedule to find it. Go to the park after work, hike on the weekends, or spend time in a botanical garden. In a time where our attention is drawn to a screen, sometimes multiple screens at once, processing a high volume of information, it's important to give your brain a break to rest. Not only is it good for your physical health, but it also cultivates a quiet and healthy environment for ideas to grow. That being said, technology isn't good or bad. It's about moderation. You can find many apps and programs to use in your next brainstorming session. There are a lot of collaborative mind mapping apps you can use. Of course, a piece of paper or a whiteboard and marker are great for the job as well. But an app is helpful for instances like a team working remotely, and it's easier to save your ideas. It's tempting to delete or throw away any ideas that seem irrelevant or bad, but keep them anyway. There may be a time in the future when those ideas may be relevant. If you go to the episode notes under resources, we linked to some popular mind mapping apps for you to check out. You can also take your questions and ideas to ChatGPT. The AI won't solve your problems for you, but it can save time in the research process, time you can use elsewhere. We have an episode of Agent Apps all about how chatbots can assist you with social media. We'll have that linked in the episode notes for you as well. Next, let's explore outside inspiration. This time, I'm not talking about green spaces. I'm talking about getting inspired by outside sources. New concepts rarely come out of a vacuum. It's vital to surround yourself with other bright thinkers and be a lifelong learner. Keep up to date with updates and news in your industry. This podcast is a great way to get the latest insurance industry news, sales strategies, and better business practices. So be sure you're following along so you can get notified of new episodes. How can you implement these concepts into your routine while slowing down? Set up a designated time for research and free thinking. This could be 15 minutes of your day or an hour once a week. Whatever works for you. During this time, get rid of distractions, like your phone, and if you can, snooze your notifications. You can also use this time to read newsletters, research, watch a seminar, listen to a podcast episode, or journal. In your allotted time, do one activity at a time. Let your brain focus on being creative, not getting as much done as possible. It may not feel as productive, but as I mentioned earlier, allowing your brain to slow down and refocus has many science-backed positive repercussions. If that 1 hour or 15 minutes made you feel refreshed, you can slowly integrate this method into your other daily tasks. Focus on the task at hand with little to no distractions. I implemented this into my daily routine and have noticed significant changes in my productivity and overall mood because there aren't a million things trying to pull me away from my own thoughts. I said at the beginning, my approach to innovation and creativity sounds a little backwards. Slow down to do more, to hear your own thoughts, to reflect and refocus. If you're looking for more episodes like this one, be sure to click around the episode notes. We've got a lot of great content to share with you. If you have any questions about this episode or anything insurance related, you can reach out to us by emailing asgpodcast@ritterim.com. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next episode. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an integrity company. This episode was written and produced by me, Tina Lamoureux, script editing by Sarah Ruppel, design by Urban Rivera, artwork by Vivian Zhao. Rate and review our show on Apple or Spotify.